So apparently it's normal for men to hate their girlfriends. Just saw the post on Twitter about how guys eventually hate their girlfriend and everything she does annoys them. And apparently they don't want to break up with her either. Because that's too much trouble. It got over 20,000 likes. Like it's all a joke to them. And this is the second post I've seen like this. I think last year women were posting about how they realized their partner hated them. If this is how a lot of men think, I'm better off single. Sorry, mom and dad. No grandkids for you. Normalized. Not normal. They aren't with women because they like women. They're with women because they want service, including sexual service from women. For what it's worth, I do not think it is normal. I think people in happy relationships are much less likely to be sharing about them online. I have a great boyfriend who definitely doesn't hate me. And our friend group is full of other happy couples. I hate that this online toxicity drowns good relationships out. This is why we should waste no time pulling the ripcord and parachuting out of lame-ass relationships. Parachute. Yeah, the centuries of horrible jokes about married life, wives, mills are sprinkling to GF, friends, and just women in general. And it's all disgusting. I was just hanging out with a guy who drives a Viper and works in tech. Early 30s. He was out solo and drinking and talking mad shit about his brand new girlfriend who was resting due to being sick at her home while he was out socializing. He basically said he was with her for sex, but if she decided to leave him because of his mistreatment, it would be a bonus for him. All he's ever talked about was getting a GF, and then he gets one, and this is how he acts, treats her? PHEWWWWW. I feel bad for the women he's going to be with in the future. Sicko wants a bangmaid, not a girlfriend. This doesn't surprise me. I've experienced men being angry at me because they found me attractive. It is not normal for men to hate their girlfriends' wives. It is normal for sexist rage bait to make the rounds on Twitter. Do not use Twitter to draw conclusions about society, or you will become an instant misanthrope. Better yet, do not use Twitter at all. Correct. I hear it all the time from my male coworkers. They are too lazy to break up with their girlfriends, so they deal with it while trying to hit on new female employees. What's worse is the married men complaining their wives don't love them while they let themselves go, don't help around the house, and then have the audacity to try and get a female coworker to have an affair with them because they don't know why they're so unlovable to their wife. These are men in their 40s to early 60s. Men who do this don't get with a woman because they actually like her as a person and share interests or have compatibility. They get with women because they convinced the woman to give them a chance. That's it. To these guys, women are interchangeable dolls. And as long as they get their dick wet, they don't care too much about the rest of the relationship. They don't view women as people, just as potential sex objects. Men start to hate their girlfriends once the men get into the coasting stage of the relationship. And the girlfriend starts nagging him to put in effort and help around the house. Then they resent her for making them do anything. They don't bother leaving BC, they're still getting food, sex, and an upgraded lifestyle by sharing incomes. They don't want the hassle of moving out. You can see that deep down men don't respect women at all. Not all, but a lot of them. Even in the gay male communities, some men think they get a pass to talk shit on women and disrespect them, and it's like, no sweetie, you don't get a pass. The Ask Men sub has shit like, what turns you off about your girlfriend, or what's the most attractive thing about a woman, and here we are talking about feeling unsafe in the world that we are a part of. If people are like that publicly, what are they like privately? I'll never understand why people decide they want to be with people who make them miserable. The hate and vitriol men spew about women they supposedly love, have children with, are monogamous with, I'll never understand. They say some of the absolute meanest, most fucked up things about their literal life partner. It's so weird and so sad. Before a man says women do it too, don't even start with me. Sadly, a lot of men love women's body parts but actually hate women. Pensive face. Unfortunately, this shit has been normalized forever with the boomer I hate my wife jokes. I know it's not all men, but it really does make me paranoid and more reluctant to ever depend on a man financially or have kids, despite the fact I want them. Like it is normal to get annoyed with anyone you live with sometimes, of course. But the fact that a lot of men won't leave even when they pretty much hate you 24/7 is creepy AF. Men complain about women divorcing over nothing. But to me this is way worse and shows me a lot of men are basically just leeching sex and household labor off of women they don't even like. Yikes. Damn. I thought we as a society were getting away from the whole haha. I hate my wife but you can't live with them. Can't live without them mindset. I think men that are unhappy in their relationships are more likely to joke about it. And women that are unhappy in their relationships are more likely to try and keep up appearances. These people don't represent everyone. Just people that stay unhappy in relationships instead of doing something about it. The practical thing to do if you're unhappy with your partner is to try and improve things. Or leave. But people get scared of being alone. Or being worse off. Insert my male coworkers making it cheaper to keep her jokes repeatedly about their wives. When I got married decades ago, I was appalled at how many men used the ball chain language or talked about babysitting their own kids. I'd thought it had gotten better. But evidently, if anything, the era of the podcast bro has made it even worse. If you don't like all women, you will absolutely not like any girlfriend you have, and it will all seem perfectly normal to the hater. This is true on the flip side as well. I bet 80 of those likes are from single-celled bums. I saw that thread after going on a date and it made me feel like shit, makes you lose hope and trust. It's a cliché of older guys hating their wives. Why assume they ever liked them? It's terrifying, but I believe and have experienced it. Women who hate men avoid them because we're fine on our own. Men who hate women still need and want us. This is why we suffer. And this is why women need our own income so we have freedom and aren't desperate or dependent on them. I feel like I've been a victim of this once. At least now I know. If it ever happens again, I'm leaving ASAP. Also, the thread was so deranged. Those men are such spineless individuals. Some even said that they want to gaslight their GF into thinking it's her fault so she breaks up. And people wonder why I stay single. I saw a TikTok saying that a lot of guys are heterosexual and homo-romantic. Although they never class it like that. It's been said on this sub many men hate women. They hate us. Not surprised by the Twitter post or number of likes. It shows how pathetic they are. To be with someone they don't even like. They must not like or think very highly of themselves either. The social media misogyny wave correlates with Russian disinformation and anti-vax culture too. 80 of the content is out by a handful of accounts, but it catches fire. There needs to be a coordinated effort to fight back. Much if our government is complicit, as this makes money and makes it easier to control the masses. My ex was like this. Absolutely arrested development. I caught him complaining about me on Craigslist to sexy single strangers, saying things like I don't not like her and marriage is the next logical step, but that was enough for me. We had been together for about 4 years and that's when I knew for sure I had to end it. He was a coward in life and in love. I wish him well and I'm so happy I left him.